Coming up, it's his pride and joy, but they're going to have to cut it up if he's to reach hospital.
He's taken a significant impact to his chest.
The team's nerves are tested as they tackle a sheer rock face to reach their patient.
Thanks. I mean, it is quite slippy.
And the victim of a moorland bike accident has an embarrassing confession.
Put my pyjama bottoms on under my pants.
You won't tell them what colour they are.
The flying paramedics have to be ready for anything, and that includes a national disaster on their doorsteps. Last year, over 300,000 people took a trip back in time on the North Yorkshire Moors Railway. Steam locomotives like this weigh over 100 tonnes. Imagine what would happen if one crashed. That's what Yorkshire's emergency services are practising today, and Helimed 98 is playing a part in the disaster exercise. But the flying paramedics can't stay. They've just received another emergency call, and this time it's for real. On a steep hill 10 miles away, a cyclist has been thrown off her bike at high speed. The team know the inclines of the Dales and Moors can give cyclists injuries every bit as serious as riders on motorbikes.
Got this bit of land coming out here. We have an officer on scene, but no vehicle.
The rider's been lucky that Helimed 98 was close by and they need to hurry. She's losing a lot of blood and could have a punctured lung.
I got flashing lights. Oh, there's a breakdown. Yeah. Orange flashing lights. Wires go across to the left-hand side here at 90 degrees. We're clear of the wires.
Pilot Tim has landed as close to the scene as possible, but it still leaves paramedic Sammy with an awkward climb.
We're going over. The least bit of barbed wire as possible, but it doesn't look a particularly strong wall. We might have to go to the corner.
Kirsty Smith has managed to stagger to a nearby bench, but she's in severe pain. Some of her injuries are obvious. She has deep cuts on her face and a badly broken shoulder. But Sammy's more worried about the injuries she can't see.
She's got a little cut above your eye. And then I'll have another listen at her chest.
Kirsty and partner James are keen cyclists and were on a 50-mile bike ride from York to the seaside village of Robin Hood's Bay.
Just taking it really easy to the slope, and I'm not sure. I think a brakes may have given out, or I don't know. I'd have to have a look at the bike, really.
Sammy knows the severity of injuries sustained by cyclists often depends on how fast they were travelling.
And so, did she have a helmet on?
She did, yeah.
Do you have it? Is it possible? Is there any markings on it at all?
I don't know.
If you could fetch it, that would be great. Yes, thank you very much.
If Kirsty's helmet is badly damaged, she could have a serious head injury. To avoid a dry stone wall and a barbed wire fence, pilot Tim is going to relocate the helicopter onto a patch of ground barely big enough for the chopper. And to make it harder, there's a blustery 30-mile-an-hour wind. Finally, Sammy finds out which part of Kirsty's body took most of the impact. And it's not good news.
So that's what's saying there. So it's been quite a significant impact, that.
So all we're going to do, Sam, is put her in the ambulance, drive her up the road, bring your vehicle on, aircraft on them, bring her back.
To protect Kirsty from the huge downdraft when the helicopter lands, the team move her into the back of the land ambulance. The medical team have done their job. Now it's time for pilot Tim to do his. This might look easy, but this is a tiny landing site, and Tim's fighting against the gusty winds. With a little help from Pat, Tim's down safely, but after 10 minutes in the turbulent air above, Tim's the one that now needs medical attention.
I feel sick as a carrot. There's 30 knot winds coming over there. I was getting blown about all over the gaff. It's happened to have a crash on the only suitable patch that's available on this hillside for landing. So we've moved her out the way, and now we've repositioned the air ambulance so we can load her up.
That's fine there, right. Sorry, my love.
What's hurting you there?
Over chest.
Sam, was she ever knocked unconscious?
No, she doesn't think so.
As Kirsty found out, the routes across the North York Moors are treacherous, and without Helimed 98, she'd have faced a long and bumpy road journey. Instead, she'll be in a top trauma centre in only 10 minutes.
She's not very well. She's got possible fractured ribs, some chest wall damage. It's making it difficult for her to breathe. And I think it's a helmet that saved her, to be honest.
Kirsty was planning to end her day on the seafront at Robin Hood's Bay, not the accident and emergency department at James Cook Hospital in Middlesbrough. 3 months later and back home in York, one of the UK's biggest cycling cities, Kirsty is only just back on her bike.
I've been missing cycling, and all I've wanted to do is get my bike back and get back out and just start to rebuild some of the strength in my arm and also to rebuild some confidence. So it's really good, and I'm sure it'll just get better. As we were coming down, I started to realise that the hill was getting quite steep, and as I went to put my hands on the brakes, I realised I couldn't stop my bike. It's a 33% gradient, so it's very steep. The bike started getting faster and faster until, in the end, I came right off the road and fell.
It's been a long and very painful journey back to fitness. Kirsty spent over a week in hospital, and her shoulder and elbow were so badly damaged they're now held together by metal plates.
I broke my collarbone and I completely smashed my elbow. I'd cut all my head and around my eye, so I had some stitches there. It's really, really important to make sure that you dress correctly, and especially to wear a helmet, because I think on this occasion I can almost definitely say that it saved my life.
Doctors say Kirsty's determination to get back on her bike has helped her make such a good recovery, but she knows that without Helimed 9.8's help, her injuries could have been even worse.
When you're in that situation and you don't know what's wrong with you, it's so frightening, and they are so calm, and they're even having a bit of a laugh and a joke, and it makes you feel like maybe there's not, so much wrong with you. This year we were supposed to be doing the John O'Groats to Land's End, but we haven't been able to do it, so next year we'll do it, and we'll raise some money for the Yorkshire Air Ambulance as well, so that I can pay back my airfare.